The doing is only as good as the being that's actually doing it. So, what does that mean? In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about your energetic signature, essence, your authenticity, and how, when that is infused into everything that you do, can make all the difference in your business, in your posts, in your consultations, and in your sales. There's a world of difference between content that you put out versus context. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Jade Hernandez, a camouflage tattoo artist and educator. I help beauty bosses effectively market their business and become the authority in their field, close more leads, and make more money. In the past 6 years, I've launched 2 successful beauty businesses to multiple 6 figures with over 100 5-star raving reviews and several media press spotlights. While most marketers will tell you to hustle and work harder for success, I'll show you how to create more value from the inside out so that you work less, make more, and truly expand and transform your business and life. This is the Beauty Expanded podcast. In today's world, we have too much knowledge. I would say we even have too much information that we're processing on a daily basis. And your potential clients are also dealing with the same thing. People are bombarded with information overload, which means that they're overwhelmed, frustrated, and maybe a little lost. And why this is so important to understand is because as the market becomes more and more saturated, which means that there's more and more people getting into the industry that you're in. There's more and more businesses opening up. There's more and more aspiring entrepreneurs doing what you're doing. The noise gets louder. So if your client or future prospect is overwhelmed with information, tons of artists to work with and choose from, tons of before and after photos, then how do you stand out in a sea full of noise, chatter, and information? And that's really what I want to talk about in this episode, because the biggest distinction or how you become an authority in the marketplace, how you stand out, how you get chosen, the only way and the only measure that you can do so is if you really hone in and tap into your energetic signature, your unique essence. For example, if you're a camouflage paramedical tattoo artist, you and I are most likely saying the same things. Our before and afters pretty much look the same as well. So between you and I, how do I make a distinction for my future prospects to choose me over you? The only way that I do that is when I show up and I speak from my own energetic signature. Now, for a lot of you guys, you're probably wondering, well, what the hell does that mean? Or maybe some of you are extremely skeptical because anytime Jay talks about energy, it's really hard to understand exactly what that means because it's not something concrete. It's not something that you can actually physically touch. And I love skeptics and I invite them in because energy is infused in everything that we do, whether or not you're conscious of it. But I will say that the more conscious you are about the frequency and vibration of energy, the more that you realize that this is a real thing, the more capable you are to truly optimize it and use it to your benefit. The more in tune you are, the more in tune you have to be in order to understand energy and to be able to read a room or read the way that a client is communicating to you without any verbal expression is going to take you so much farther in your business, in your consultations, and in your sessions. And so what most people think when they post on social media is that they think that there is a gap in knowledge between what they know and what their client doesn't. But I would say this is false because in today's world, all you have to do is Google your problem and there will be thousands, if not millions of articles claiming to have a solution for your specific problem. If you're struggling with acne, how to cure acne, how to clear your skin and blemishes, all you have to do is put that into the Google search bar and you're going to have thousands of articles on what you should be doing or solutions to that specific problem. How to cover your stretch marks, how to minimize them, how to reduce them, same thing, thousands of articles. How to lose weight, how to sculpt. So it's not that There's a gap in information, but more so a gap in context. Your future client already knows their options. Your future client probably has somewhat of an idea of what it is that you do as an industry, as a service, as whole. Now, there might be some few distinctions of you doing things differently than someone else, but for the most part, if they're contacting you and inquiring about your services, product, or business, they usually have some sort of background, enough information for them to reach out. Now, where the magic happens and where the true distinction lies is how you solve their problem and if you are the right person to solve it for them. When I Google stretch mark camouflage, there's going to be hundreds of articles and service providers that provide the same service that I do. They solve the same problems that I do. But the only way that I can stand out amongst them is through context. It's through energy. It's through confidence. And that energy is palpable when I'm sitting in front of a prospect during a consultation because of my experience and because of the work that I've invested into this industry and my technique and my continuing education is I know that I can get them to where they want to be because I've seen it. I have proof. I've worked with hundreds of clients to know that those are the results that I can give them. I can minimize their stretch marks. I can make them feel more confident because I have case studies. I have statistics. I have numbers that reveal that that has happened. And what's possible for one person is also possible for them. So when I'm sitting in a consultation and I'm explaining to them what modality I think is going to work for their skin, and I'm offering them a solution, what they're registering in their head, whether they're conscious of it or not, is, do I trust, like, and know her? Is she the one to do it for me? There's a million business coaches that you can hire. There's a million trainers that you can train with, but it doesn't mean that they're the right person for you, for your particular learning style, for your particular standard, for your particular convenience or schedule. There's so many other factors that go into whether or not we hire someone. And that's what people are trying to determine in today's marketplace that's overloaded with so much information. It's not more information that they need from you. It's the actual context. And when I'm sitting in front of that person who doesn't know if this is possible for them or if this would work for them, that's where energy plays a huge determining and pivotal factor into what me and this person are co-creating together. Is in that consultation, when I speak to them, when I'm explaining how the process works, I'm not necessarily saying anything differently than what my competitor is saying. But the difference is the confidence. And that particular energy can be felt. It's palpable. I would say for something like camouflage tattooing, it's even more valuable than being able to see it, is to truly be able to feel it and to trust that this is the person right for me and this is the person that I'm going to invest money in, but more so importantly, invest my body, my confidence, my health, my well-being, my peace of mind with this person to get me from point A to point B. You and I can say the same thing, offer the same thing, but it will resonate very differently, not by what we say, but how we say it. And how we say it has everything to do with our own essence. And that essence is your energetic signature. A lot of you are missing the mark on this by thinking that you just need to post more, that you just need more before and after photos, that you just need to have your website done and complete, that you need the most perfect logo. And none of that truly matters until you can tap into what makes you unique and brilliant on your own. Because when you tap into your energetic signature first and you infuse it with everything that you do thereafter, that's when everything about your business, from the branding to the messaging, stands out in a way that compels people like a freaking magnet, pulls them to you. And in order to be able to tap into that energetic frequency, that is yours, by the way. So even if someone tries to copycat you, it will be a diluted version of your messaging, of your website, of your offers, your videos, because only you yourself, owns your essence. Like that is the most authentic stamp of credibility. And so when someone tries to copy you, it will always be a diluted version of that. And some people who are more sensitive will pick up in distortion, that there's something a little off, that it doesn't come at 100% capacity or confidence because it wasn't their energetic signature, it was yours. And so the more that you really learn to become intimate with yourself, gives you the greater capacity to really stand in your own personal power so that when someone does copy you, duplicates you, whatever the case may be, they can never take away the potency of your true power because your true essence is connected to your spirit. Context also has a lot to do with integrity. How strong is your word? When you say that you're going to do something, do you do it? Do you follow through? Because to have personal power and to have personal energy and to really be able to tap into that frequency has a lot to do with the weight of your words. And so if you're the type of person that says one thing but does the other, you lack a sense of integrity. So therefore, when you create messaging, when you're in consultations and you're delivering an offer and you're saying that you're doing this or that you can do this or that you can solve their problem, how strong is your confidence on an energetic level? But then also that energy then infuses everything else after that. So if you don't feel confident in your capabilities and your skills, there's only so much that you can do to truly exude that frequency and energetic exchange to the other person that you're speaking to. Because if you're in doubt, if you're feeling insecure, or if you're faking it till you make it, which is a whole nother story, there's something that's going to be a little off. And so it's a really interesting phenomenon because in some ways, I do believe faking it till you make it can do wonders for you getting out of your own way, for you being persistent and consistent and staying the course and not getting consumed with being too busy or in your doubt. But at the same time, I think it can go sideways for you if you don't truly put in the work to become the person that you want to become, to become the business leader that you want to be, to become the artist that you want to be. And that's when things start feeling sleazy. You start sounding like a car salesman. So you have to be really careful with that. If anything, I would switch that to saying faith it until you believe it. Not fake it, but faith it. Just know that where you are today and where you want to be is this bridge founded on faith with the purest intentions of doing well, being good, serving others, and building a wildly profitable business to support the lifestyle that you want for you and your family is much more integrity than to fake it. So going back to context and integrity is maybe you're listening to this right now and you're new. You don't have a ton of clients and you don't have a ton of that back experience that I may have when you're talking to someone who's inquiring about your services and possibly hiring you. And you want to be integrity. So you don't want to come off or really you don't really have in true essence the confidence or the same type of confidence that I would have based on experience because that is something that you're still building upon. And that's okay. You can still tap into your essence and your unique energetic signature at 100% capacity by being integral about your word. Which for me, if I was a new artist and I didn't have this portfolio and years of case studies and experiences of successful transformations that I've created, I would sell them on what I do know is to be true and that I'm going to be doing it to my best abilities to ensure that they have success. And so I would explain with confidence exactly the strategy that I would take them through for their transformation. I would explain the modality, how it all works, what they can expect for their healing process, what they can expect from me as their technician, as their artist. And that in itself, for the right person who's meant to be creating with you, will feel that and know that you're the right person to take a chance on. And that's a beautiful thing. And so for those of you who are new in this industry, you can grow your business and scale it by being more of you and have it infused with everything that you put out from this point on. And when you're in that consultation or that phone call, is being integral with your word. in knowing what it is that you do know, that energetic signature will make a world of difference in how you approach everything that you do in your business. You want to create a business that acts like a magnet to pull the people and bring the people that are meant to be in your sphere of influence, who are meant to co-create with you, who are meant to have those transformations with you, come to you with less pressure, with less copying, with less doubt. Because ponder for a second that you already know everything you need to know. And just like they don't need more information on how to camouflage their stretch marks, lose weight, or whatever industry that you're in as you're listening to this, ponder for a fact that it isn't more information that they need to know, but rather the person to do it for them, to help them along the journey. And I would say the same truth can be said of you. Ponder for a fact that it isn't more information, more training, or education that you need, but rather you already have what you have, and all you need is to know that you're the right person that should be doing this. You're the right person that should have a business like this and to serve the people that you're going to serve. And when you tap into that confidence, the very reason why you invested in a training program anyways to start your business, the passion that you had to even get into this business and launch it is of value and holds weight to support your own unique essence. Because there's only one of you and there's only one of me. And we can both excel and we can both do really great things and impact the people that we serve differently. You don't have to do it the way that I do it, and I don't have to do it the way that you do it. And that's what makes the world so versatile and exciting and interesting, right? Because growth is never this linear thing. Growth is always a little ebb and flow, back and forth. It's more of a spiral. And that can be said of your business as well. So I would say this episode is really to show you that there isn't more information that you need to know. There isn't more posts. There isn't more things that you need to do in order to be successful. What I'd like to see is you really stepping into your own power and your own unique essence, and to then give that and infuse that into all the content that you create, because now it has a unique signature context to it. Context over content all day, every day. When you can tap into that and be confident in who you are, that's what will inspire people to book with you and to work with you and to hire you. Trust me, I'm not saying anything different than what you are, but the difference is that I believe, I see, and I know energy exists. And it's an underlying invisible thing that most people dismiss because they can't physically see it. But I can tell you, energy is a thing that you can physically feel. It's why people travel all over the world to watch other people speak. It's because their voice, their message has a resonance to it. And when people can begin to resonate with what you're saying, it pulls at them. And that's how you want to build your business, is to start looking at the invisible things that most people dismiss, but that are real, and to use that to build a business from within. Because again, your unique signature is what makes you so unique and so powerful. And the stronger and more solid you can stand in that, the easier it will be to attract the people that are meant to work with you, especially in a sea full of information. You want to stand out. And that's it. Let me know what you thought of this episode. I'd love to hear, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd love to connect and help you more. If you have a question you'd like for me to answer, please send it to jade@studioconceal.com. That's JAYD@studioconceal.com, and I might highlight it on my podcast. I find what's often personal is most general. So if this episode helped you, please share it with a friend who may need the encouragement and inspiration. I'll catch you on the next one.